This was another request off of buymecoffee.com. Nirvana's Bleach, their first album. I know it pretty well, actually. I like Nirvana a lot. So what we'll do today is we're going to do like kind of an analysis of their lyrics. Because, yeah, why not? Man, I do remember hearing this album for the first time. I had already known who Nirvana was. Everyone knew who Nirvana was. But actually, my friend bought this album on cassette. I remember that day. And I bought a Smashing Pumpkins cassette or something. And I was pretty satisfied with my purchase. My friend tells me, I ask him, oh, so how's that Nirvana album? And he tells me, dude, every song is heavy. It's not like the other albums. It's not what you think. Yeah, he kept saying it. It's not what you think. Every song is heavy. I was like, really? And then I listened to it, and eventually, not that day, but I listened to it. I was like, oh, damn. Nirvana sounds like a totally different band from what I know of them. And at that time, I think even till now, everyone really thinks of them as like, you know, Nevermind and In Utero and those like acoustic songs from the Unplugged album. And I see this too sometimes. Every once in a while, I'll meet someone who doesn't really like Nirvana or isn't really into them or thinks that there's something that they're not. And then I'll play them Bleach and they're like, holy crap, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I'm sure we're going to get nothing but the best, most accurate song meanings if we look on the internet. Track 1, Blue. One of my favorites, Blue, aka Blowjob. He got a blowy from some skank and now he's trying to get the hell out of Dodge because she won't leave him alone. I don't know about this one. Y'all agree? All right, what about this opinion? The way I see this song is being about someone who isn't living up to everyone's expectations of them. Kurt was a fairly smart kid, but I think the general consensus was that he didn't apply himself to a lot of classes even though he was capable. This is what I think the lines mean. If you wouldn't mind, I would like it blue. Maybe people were saying he blew it, and his retaliation is saying that that's how he wants it to be. If you wouldn't mind, I would like to lose. He doesn't want to try to be better or to win. Both would like to leave and would like to breathe could be about feeling pressured and smothered and just wanting to relax. It's interesting to see how other people interpret these lyrics, but I think the lyrics are probably best left to each person's individual interpretation. I think that's generally what I hear from a lot of artists. Is it's best for the individual to interpret the song their own way. What does it mean to them? What do those words mean to them? Forget about misinterpreting it or like where did it actually come from? What does it mean to you? I literally saw a quote from Kurt Cobain saying that he just made up the lyric meanings on the spot whenever people would interview him about it because he would write most of the lyrics as they were recording the song and he didn't even know himself what they meant. Awesome bass intro here. It's like great simple bass tone. That's how they started off. That riff too, it's like so simple and catchy. It's like I can't believe there was no other band that did this riff before. Maybe there was, but they didn't get famous. I love how it starts off. It starts off the bass, then it goes into the power chords, and then he starts playing this riff on the high string. I think the D string probably. Now there's a change that happens on this chorus. I don't know if it's really I don't know if it's a key change. I don't think it's a key change, but it kind of shifts to that mode. Maybe it's a relative key change. I mean, what do the words of that chorus mean? I don't think it, again, like, I don't think it necessarily has to mean anything. It's really up to you. It's more about, like, the vibe that the music and the words produce together. I think that's more important than what do literally the actual words mean, right? It's more like what's the feeling that these words invoke? Here is another word that rhymes with shame. I saw some people trying to interpret that line too. And I don't know if that line should even have an interpretation. To me, that line sounds like Kurt saying writing lyrics is a pain in the ass and it's stupid, and I need a line here that ends with a word that rhymes with aim, shame, you know, whatever, pain, blame, like, and he couldn't, it's not that he couldn't, but he was probably just writing the lyrics. It was like, fuck it. Here is another word that rhymes with shame. That's kind of what it sounds like to me. Here's a very mysterious song, Floyd the Barber. What could it mean? Who is Floyd the Barber? And why is this song so heavy? So Floyd the Barber, I don't know, I imagine the butcher from Diablo. That's what I imagine. Even though he's a butcher, he's not a barber. But like when I hear the riff of this song and the song title, it's, you just picture some kind of monstrosity. Now this I did not know. This song was written about the Andy Griffith Show. Another person says this song is about how a seemingly perfect town has its dark secrets according to Come As You Are, just like Aberdeen, Kurt's hometown. But then the reply is, I'm not sure this is exactly what the song is about, but it's an interesting analysis interpretation. The song subverts and corrupts Andy Griffith's fictional town of Mayberry as an analogy to a seemingly perfect town that has its dark secrets. That perfect town could be Aberdeen, although it was a rundown, derelict, blue-collar town that was far from seeming perfect, but it's more likely to be a town like the fictional Twin Peaks or any picket-fenced 50s conceived American small town. I love this riff, though. I love the, like, see, because this riff is not, it's not trying to be a radio hit, you know? It's not trying to, like, appeal to a wider audience, show off, like, how smooth his vocal chops are. Like, this is like fucking brutal. This is metal. I guess later this was called grunge, but when they made this, they were not calling it grunge. No one was calling it grunge. I mean, to them, this was punk rock. Which was always like a weird thing, because to me, punk rock didn't sound like this. Maybe the mentality is punk rock, but the genre, like stylistically, technically, it's, I don't know what you call it. I guess it's like alternative punk. I'm not sure. The fuck did you just say? Again, we have this word shame comes up again. Now, let's see what he says. Floyd breathes harder. Oh, PP pressed against my lips. So he got violated by Floyd. That's crazy. That's why he was shamed. Now, he's not alone. He's not working alone. Floyd has another person with him named Barney. Barney ties me to the chair. I can't see, I'm really scared. Floyd breathes hard. I hear a zip. PP pressed against my lips. So here he's violated, but that's not the end of it. I sense others in the room. Opie, Aunt B, I presume. They'd take turns and cut me up. I died, smothered in Aunt B's muff. So after he's violated, they take turns and come. So what? He's dead, and they're cutting up his body. Then I would assume what they would make him into like a hamburger or something. But here he says, "I died smothered in Aunt Bee's muff." What does that mean? Like, what is muff? Do you mean like her vagina? I thought you were dead. Why would you be smothered in her vagina? Maybe if I watch the Andy Griffith show, I'll get the answer. This lead guitar was always, it kind of threw me off a little because this song is so atonal, but then when it gets to that part, then it puts you in that space. Like, it puts you in like this key of whatever, this drop C or whatever, but it's like major. It turns it into a major, and then it goes back to being like atonal. But all in the key of whatever they're tuned to. I'm assuming C, right? Are they tuned to C? Drop C? About a Girl, another super famous, well-known song. What could it mean? I think this song is about a girl. 24 years ago. Can you believe it? I didn't even know that the internet was that old. 24 years ago, this person wrote this. Is this person still alive? Here's a more recent interpretation. 23 years ago. Most of the above is correct, but some of the things being presented as opposing possibilities are actually both true. This song was written about Tracy Miranda. That's Kurt Cobain's ex-girlfriend before they got famous. And their relationship was going downhill at the time. One of the main problems for them was her insisting that Cobain find a better job and make more money, and the thought that her greed was ruining their relationship. In this situation, she started asking him why he hadn't written a song about her, and this was the result. I can play this song on guitar. It's super easy. I think anyone can play this song. It's just like E and G, and then even that solo part in the middle, that part's actually pretty easy. It sounds like it would be a little tricky to play, but it's not at all. It's like super easy. What's really crazy about Nirvana's like songs like playing on guitar though, it's not that it's hard to play, it's that some of them are hard to play and sing at the same time. I like that line. I'm standing in your line. It sounds like she's so great. There's a line of dudes waiting to be with her, right? And he's standing in line to be with her too. Yeah, this solo part's fun to play. I like the bass line too. I think most people they're used to the acoustic version. It's weird to think about, like, this is the original version and it's got like, you know, electric guitar and everything. It's just trying to be a normal rock song. But when it gets the acoustic treatment, it brings it to that next level. But I don't know, I feel like most people, the first time they heard this song was the acoustic version. I'll take advantage while you hang me out to dry. School. What an awesome guitar riff. One of the best uses of the tritone of the 0 to 6 on guitar ever. Is it 0 to 6 or is it 0 to 5 and he just bends it really, really hard so it sounds like it's 6? For Kurt, school never really ended. In fact, right after he dropped out, he became a janitor at his high school and saw all his classmates were still there. How can you do that? How can you drop out of high school and then get a job at that same school being a janitor? Would they even allow that to happen? That sucks. Sucks. He felt depressed and ashamed by this experience. Are you telling me you couldn't find any other job anywhere else? Like there was no other place that was hiring Kurt? It sounds more like something like I know kids that dropped out of high school that would intentionally do that. You know, like it sounds like something intentional, like you do it just to be funny. And when it came for Kurt to be part of the grunge scene, it still was school to him. He had to make his music sound like everyone else's. Hence why Kurt eventually hated the Bleach record in retrospect. School is a place to learn and to socially fit in. Kurt knew how to learn and play by the rules, but hated every second of it. That's what this song defines to me. And it's interesting to hear, I don't know if that's true, but like that if he resented Bleach because he had to make it fit into the scene that he came out of. I mean, I can understand that, but ironically at the same time, Bleach, there's no other album that really sounds like that. Or maybe there are from like the grunge bands of Seattle at the time, but it's really pretty unique album, I'd say, Bleach. Here it is. Here's that riff. So awesome. Won't you believe it? It's just my luck. I love that line because it sounds like something that a schoolboy would say from like the 1950s or something, right? Sounds like one of those lines. Like you hear it on like, sounds like something someone would say on like Looney Tunes or something. And those cartoons were all made in like the 50s and 60s. I wonder who that guy is. Who's that old guy? There's no school that would do that, right? Cancel recess. Maybe if you're a bad child, maybe recess is canceled for you. I think I remember that. If you were bad, you weren't allowed to play outside. You had to stay in for one day while the other kids played outside. I've never seen that happen since, though. Maybe in my day, we were hard kids. I don't think they do that anymore, though. I think they're too nice to kids these days. You're in high school. Yeah, you know, like that. This line plays through my mind whenever high school bullshit happens, like now. Right? Everyone has that thought, like when you're like supposed to be an adult, and there's like people around you that are supposed to be adults, and they're stirring up some high school style drama and some high school style bullshit, and you think to yourself, I'm in high school again. Love Buzz. This one's a cover, right? I'm pretty sure this is a cover. This one, I thought it was okay. I was never really that into this song. Maybe because it's a cover, right? It sounds so So different from the other songs. This song and About a Girl. This song is all right, though. It's got kind of almost like a Middle Eastern sounding melody to it. This song's in Mixolydian, right? I think it's Mixolydian. I don't think it's harmonic minor, is it? It's not harmonic minor, right? I respect that this is a cover, and all credit to Shocking Blue. I guess that's the original band that did it. But Kurt took this song and fucked the shit out of its grunge hole in the best way possible. I do like that bass tone, though. Even though their mix is so rough, right? It's like a very low budget mix, right? Even though it's still low budget, though, their bass sound is better than any bass sound I could have. I suck at getting good bass sounds, man. I straight up suck at it. I've tried to mix bass, so I've tried to like play bass and get my own sound out of bass. I'm just not good at it. Whenever I track bass, it always sounds like crap. I'm so jealous of Nirvana. How many of y'all have heard the original? I think I've heard it once a long time ago, but I can't remember what it sounds like. So strange. Why would they choose? This is their first single off this album. Why would they choose this to be their first single? I guess times were different back. Well, at that time, they were a small up-and-coming band in a small localized scene. But still, if you were Nirvana, would you choose this as your first single? I don't know, man. I think I would choose, like, Blue. I think Blue would be the best first single. What the single should have been. Blue, School, and About a Girl. Now, this song's alright, though. This song's alright, but I don't know how y'all feel. Like, for me, when there's jammy parts like this that aren't too... I mean, it's okay. I don't hate it, but if it goes on for too long, then I'm kind of like, all right, whatever. I guess I don't mind it when Nirvana does it, but that's because they're Nirvana. I don't know how else to say it. It's okay if Nirvana does it, as long as it doesn't go on for too long. Paper Cuts is probably my favorite song off of Bleach, but I never really read into the lyrics too much. I had no idea what the song's about, but a lot of Nirvana's songs, maybe not a lot of, but some of them have some kind of real life story behind the lyrics, such as Polly. I think that Paper Cuts is one of those songs. It's based off of a thing that actually happened. Well, this song would definitely be about some kid who used to have the same dealer as Kurt back in Aberdeen, Washington. His parents locked him up, and a sister, I think, in a room as a means of torture. They covered up the windows with black paper, and they had a pile of newspapers to shit on. There was a slit beneath the door where the parents could shove food into daily for the kids to eat. I'm not sure if the kids clawed their way out or if the parents just got found out by neighbors or passersby, but the cops threw their parents in jail, and these kids have no parents and live with other people after that. The sad part, I think, is that he turned to drugs and had the same dealer as Kurt. There's also overtones of Kurt's relationship with his mother. The song title is about how much things can suck, just like paper cuts. I think there was a recent example of that happening, right? Some YouTuber mom was abusing her kids, doing that kind of thing, locking them up. Now, this rhythm is awesome. I love this. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? This groove, this rhythm, it's awesome. It's fucking sick. Newspapers spread around, soaking all that they can. Oh, I never knew that's what he was saying. Cleaning is due again. A good hosing down. Ah, so he's talking about the kids like shitting all over themselves because they're locked up like animals. It's crazy. It's crazy. I knew he said something about masturbating, but I didn't know what it was. Her eyes are blue, I guess like his. And they cock and twist and masturbate. It's so weird. And I had no idea he was saying the word Nirvana here. Is that true though? Is it? See, I don't know, sometimes these lyrics, I feel like people just make up their own lyrics sometimes when they're not right. Is he really saying that? Is he saying Nirvana? I thought he was just making sounds. Black windows of paint. There, they painted the windows out. Scratched with my nails. I see others just like me, so there's like a bunch of kids. Oh, the police are there. Yeah, so the cops came and took away the kids. What's going on with the levels? It's like so weird. I don't know if it's the upload or if it's the original mix. The levels are sounding a little wacky. I never noticed it before. But this video was uploaded 15 years ago, so it might be a YouTube thing. I guess he is saying Nirvana. Huh? He's saying that shit. What's that chord? That last chord? Is that a seventh? It's a minor seventh. This might actually be my favorite song off of Bleach. It's either Negative Creep or Paper Cuts. But the riff of this song is fucking amazing too. Nobody else can do this riff anymore. Kurt Cobain did it. Kurt in general was a pessimistic person that did a lot of drugs and was a true misanthropic writer. This song has Kurt using himself as bait to his own self-loathing. He's also using Daddy's Little Girl Ain't a Girl No More as pure irony. Kurt's the grown-up girl, the negative creep, and he is stoned a lot. This song seems to foreshadow Kurt's eventual fate, it seems to me. It's one of their most disturbing songs. While I don't disagree with that interpretation, it could also be a case of like, maybe we're just looking into it too much. Because it is a very simple song. It has like, you know, there's like 3 lines in it. Now, he does not... I've seen him play it live. He does not palm mute that. Listen to that. He does not palm mute those zeros live. Because if he did... Like, yeah, it's easy to palm mute this. But if you were to play it like this for the entire song, it'll tire out your arm. This video says this is out of my reach. The other lyrics I read was this is out of my range. To me, it sounds like reach. I mean, it kind of makes me think of like if he was like talking to the parents of some girl he was dating and he was like warning them about himself. Like I'm a negative creep and I'm stoned. Oh, he did say this is out of our range. It is really good songwriting. So for this line, it's like catchy and provocative. Daddy's Little Girl Ain't a Girl No More, and how it switches like to that 4-chord progression that is like, it's not atonal, but it's dissonant. It sounds like doom. It's like very dark, right? This is atonal kind of. Then when they go here, then it becomes like, that's when the actual musical quality comes in. Then you know where you are musically, like note, in terms of notes and key of the song. Scoff is a rare, unironic, self-confident response to those who scoffed instead of encouraged Kurt, who does not see himself as lazy and responds by demanding his alcohol, which they cannot withhold from him anymore. I'm sure that everyone's got their own personal anecdote of like a time when they got too drunk with their friends, and so they took away their liquor and their car keys or whatever. They were in a drunken rage and started saying, "Give me back my alcohol." Start playing that Nirvana song. Do you all agree with that interpretation that we read before? Is this like a response to his haters? Or again, perhaps we're just reading into this a little too much. Maybe it's not that deep. Heal a million, kill a million. I like the contrast between those two opposing statements. Works really well on like a level of meaning. But I wouldn't be surprised if this was one of those songs, one of those lyrics too, that Kurt just like wrote the last minute while they were recording it. And he just wrote that, heal a million, kill a million. That's when the best stuff comes out, man. When you don't think about stuff too much and it just comes out, whether you're writing lyrics or writing guitar riffs or whatever. Because when you spend too much time thinking about it, thinking about a part, a riff, a lyric, that's when it starts to feel forced and it starts to getting awkward. That's like the best stuff is when it takes you like 5-10 minutes to write like a whole song. That's when the gold comes out. Yeah, it's weird with music. Like the longer you spend working on a song, the worse it gets somehow. By the way, these drums sound gated. Like the reverb sounds gated. It's an interesting production choice. I wouldn't think of like punk bands to be using gated reverb. Yeah, you know what, dude? I don't think this song means anything specifically. I think he's just... Again, I think he's just trying to invoke imagery. Non-specific... like, almost abstract imagery through the lyrics and through the music. Some nice double kick though. And this is kind of interesting about the next song, Swap Me. I don't know if this is true, but this was also used in the band's humorous first biography for Geffen Records. Kurt and Chris were said to have met at the Grays Harbor Institute of Northwest Crafts. Chris is described as having a passion for gluing seashells and driftwood on burlap, and said, "I liked what Kurt was doing. I asked him what his thoughts were on a macaroni mobile I was working on. He suggested I glue glitter on it. That really made it." So this song's basically about a flea market. That riff, I can never find the one until the drums kick in. No matter how many times I've heard this song. I see what they're saying now. The Sunday swap meet is a battleground. And then that comes out of nowhere, that line. make their living off of arts and crafts. Again, it's interesting, this atonal mode that they find themselves in for that bridge. Like that rhythm and like these intervals, they're like permanently ingrained in the back of my brain. Yeah, that's a good. I mean, all the songs are good, right? But, like that hook is that hook's really good. I'm seeing a couple of various interpretations of what this song means. It seems it's generally thought of that this song is about macho males, but this person disagrees. It's not about macho males, only the title is. It's about the opposite. It's about those who are too politically correct with their veganism, anti-sexism, etc. Yeah, this song definitely attacks stereotypical males, and it isn't about words sounding good together. They definitely make sense to me anyhow. It sounds to me like he's having an argument with one of these types in his head, and that the macho guy is trying to belittle him. One of his arguments probably is, well, you eat meat too, thus the, yes, I eat cow, I am not proud line. Come on, nobody thinks that this song is about Apu from The Simpsons? It's totally about Apu from The Simpsons, right? He was around during that time, right? Simpsons is pretty old, right? Was The Simpsons around in the 80s? Maybe not. I don't know. I like this song because it's got a good rhythm, good drive. It's got interesting lyrics and his delivery of the lines. Interesting subject matter. And the rip too is awesome. It's like he's fucking with a G chord. It's like, yeah, he's fucking with a G chord. Poop as hard as rock. I never knew that he said that. I wasn't sure if he was saying it sarcastically or if he really was singing about some kind of like a Hindu guru or something. You'd think if he's gonna say the word Nirvana in one of his songs, it would be this one. But instead it's the other one. What was that song? What was the one where he says Nirvana? I forget. It was one of the heavier ones. Was it Negative Creep? Or Paper Cuts? I forget. I love that riff though. That riff is awesome. That guitar riff. Yeah, and then they slow it down here. So you can really hear that guitar riff. Here, I'll teach you all how to play this song right now. You know, it seems like maybe if there's any song that really doesn't have a meaning specifically, it would be this song. But I like what this person says. I like how when the song opens up with the palm muting, it sounds like your walls are going to cave in. It vibrates your speakers and everything. I love palm muting, and too bad this is the only album Nirvana does that for the most part. Bleach is a great album, stunningly simple, and the solos are almost dumb in some of the songs, especially Floyd the Barber. And we were just talking about it. We just mentioned that. I mean, I wouldn't call it dumb, but it's a little, it's kind of like, yeah, it's like a different world from this like atonal, like almost metal world. But it still sounds really good. Nirvana's other albums were good and have never been replicated, but this one is different. I read in a review once that it's more like a force than actual music, you know. Yeah, they did use gated reverb on this album. Like is that a discordant tritone in there? And then when he goes up with the higher notes, it sounds like a bar. Sounds like just like a bar chord, but in like a standard tuning. I don't know what you call that. What do you call that? Like, it's not, instead of like DAD, EAD. What do you call that? What is that? All the chords, every chord in this song is weird. It's interesting. Now that's a theme throughout this whole album and part of Nirvana's core sound, at least at this point. They have these discordant, like heavy, like atonal, chromatic type of like opening riffs or opening motifs, rhythmic motifs for these songs. But then in the chorus, that's when it gets like melodic, and then you can hear like an influence of like almost like bluesy, like rock bluesy, like a rock blues kind of influence in these melodies. But then during these dissonant parts too, he sings, he still keeps melody in there. It's never completely atonal. Whatever that is. Wouldn't it be fun? Teacher said, your eyes. Now I'm not I'm not well versed in music theory. I wish I could analyze this. Like I see other YouTubers doing. Like they analyze like every little note. I can't do that. But if I could, this would be an interesting one to do, an analysis of. I like the tone he's getting when he hits that note, that higher note. What kind of distortion is that? Which pickups is he using? Can you tell me that's the orange boss distortion? I don't think it is. I can't even tell if these are single coil pickups or humbuckers. Like that sounds like a single coil when he gets those creepy notes. It sounds like a single coil. But then when they play full chords, it kind of sounds more like a humbucker. I can't tell. Well, I noticed that second guitar there. There were two guitarists at this time, right? They weren't a 3-piece, they were a 4-piece. Some weird ass gloves that Dave Grohl was wearing. Big Cheese. This explanation makes sense. This song was written about the two Sub Pop owners, Poneman and Pavitt. It was later added to Bleach when it was re-released when they signed to DGC. And that's interesting because I just assumed that this was always the track list from the very beginning when they first released it. But I guess this guy's saying this was added later. And I guess there's precedent for that. So, because the next song after this is Downer, and that is also found on Incesticide, which is weird. Like, why would they put a song that's already released on their full-length album? Why would they throw that onto a B-sides compilation? So I guess there was an older, different original version of Bleach that didn't have every song, I guess. I'm not sure. This is a good intro too. Good guitar trick. Sounds like what is that? Isn't that Jaws? You know what I like about this album too? What's interesting about these riffs? They can sound like heavy and hard as fuck without like having to rely on like the open chords, you know, or like down tuning super low. Cause like those two chords, like they're pretty high up on the guitar. Yeah, this song, like in my brain, it's a heavy song. It's pretty heavy. I'm just saying, it's heavy without having to be like super down tuned or anything like that. She eats glue. How About You? This kind of reminds me of the bridge in Floyd the Barber, right? It's kind of similar. Back is black. What? Dude, I don't know. I have no idea what these lyrics are saying. It's definitely. I still believe that it's about the owners of Sub Pop, though. That totally makes sense, but. Like that, like what are you talking about? Back is black, no trading back. What? That's why a lot of people were bringing up Pee Wee Herman there. What does he say? Sure you are, but what am I? Was Pee Wee Herman around at that time? I think he was. Right? Was he 80s? Well, did Pee Wee Herman say that? When did this come out? This came out like 89, I think, or 90. No, this is 89. It's got to be 80s. Listen to those drums, man. Here's an interesting tidbit about the last song, Downer. This was originally one of Kurt's Fecal Matter songs. It is the Bleach song with the longest history. Portray sincerity, act out of loyalty, defend your free country, wish away the pain, hand out lobotomies to save little families, surrealistic fantasy, bland, boring, plain. Describes the Kennedy family and Francis Farmer, JFK's death, and the need for a Vietnam War to carry out the Cold War, but not being epic enough. Hold me down in restitution, surrendering after a struggle, living out your date with fusion, implies forces at work that are predetermined, is the whole fleece shun and master, sense of duty from higher power, don't feel guilty, master writing, deism, sickening, pessimist, hypocrite master, corrupt nanny state, do as I say, not as I do, with a malicious medical theme, conservative, communist, apocalyptic bastard, an absolute authoritarian state. The mark of the beast is proposing all mankind be connected through implanted scannable microchips, banking, and religion. Well, I don't know if he's going that far, but it's interesting. It seems to me that he wrote about some thoughts he had. He pewtered them all together. In the line conservative communist, I think he disagrees with both extreme political ideas. I just like this song because it's cool. It's called Downer, which is cool. And he does like a fast, whispering, weird thing right here. Defend your free country, wish away from pain. Hand on the bottom, it's to save little families. Surrealistic fantasy, flamboyant. Hey, that's cool. This song's cool. It does sound a little... No, you know, it sounds like it belongs on this album. Don't feel guilty masturbating. It's good advice. Now, I feel like this, it does sound like Bleach, but this can also be found on Incesticide. Is it the last track on Incesticide? It's towards the end. I always thought about that word. I don't know what he's saying there. Diplomatic, democratic. I don't know. That always stuck with me though. And I always wondered what he said, and I still can't tell what he said. Again, more kind of self-aware lyrics of like kind of acknowledging like he kind of doesn't give a shit about what he's writing about. Happens every once in a while. That's a pretty fast song. I thought that song went on for longer. Damn. But yeah, Nirvana's Bleach. We did it. We analyzed that shit. What do y'all think? Do you agree with all those interpretations? This was a request off of buymecoffee.com. So thank you all for the request. And thank you all for watching. If you have any more requests, let me know. Jump on to buymecoffee.com. Throw me a couple coffees. And I will react to whatever the fuck you want. And if it's something that I know, like this album, I will react to it anyway. And I try to do like some kind of like an analysis thing. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I will see you on the next reaction video. Peace out.